Hello, fellow mutants. Welcome back to another video. And in this video, we're going to talk about how the Powerpuff Girls reboot that was supposed to be on the CW got canned. Was anyone really excited about this? Seeing an aced up, weird version of the Powerpuff Girls? Because I wasn't. I grew up on the Powerpuff Girls, the original Powerpuff Girls. I was made fun of in school for it, but hey, that was a good show. And like 20 years later, I'll say the original Powerpuff Girls was a good show. Cartoon Network did reboot it, and then they rebooted first, and I've heard that the Powerpuff Girls twerked. Like, why would you have characters in a kid show twerking? I don't know. Anyways, let's see what this article says. The network, known for often questionable attacks on established media, kills four shows that feels tailor made for it. The CW is a network that often taken some strange swings, and whose shows like Riverdale or the Woodchesters cause no small amount of confusion when they first get announced. When it was revealed in 2020 that the network was aiming towards a live-action reboot of the Powerpuff Girls, one of Cartoon Network's most popular animated series back in the day, the reaction was more mixed than usual. Reboots themselves are always crapshoots, and it didn't help that they already had a Powerpuff Girls reboot that didn't go over well, being the one that they twerked, that one I referred to. But news on the live action reboot, aka Powerpuff. Oh, so they dropped the Powerpuff Girls and just called it Powerpuff? Okay. But the news on the live action reboot, aka Powerpuff, has been basically non-existent since Chloe Bennett left her role as Blossom, commander and leader of the team, to go do something else. I have to say that probably was like the best thing Chloe Bennett did, because the only thing I've seen her in was in the Agent of S.H.I.E.L.D. as Quake. I liked her in Quake, and I wouldn't doubt that she would have did a decent job with what she was given in the Powerpuff show, but like leaving the Powerpuff show, best choice. But in the midst of the CW's recent string of cancellations, TV Line recently reported that Powerpuff was indeed no more, and that's not the only show to get axed. Jake Chan, the planned Arrowverse series Justice U, and a woman-led reboot of Legend of Sorrow all got called as well. Actually, part of me was interested in the Justice U show. Admittedly. John Diggle being a mentor towards teenage superheroes. It may sound somewhat cheesy, but admittedly I was personally interested in the whole concept. A female-led Legend of Sorrow, I'm happy that isn't getting made into a show, because I get that Sorrow is a mantle, and yes, technically, a woman can take the Sorrow role, but like, in today's age where they literally make, like, social media wants to make women the lead in literally everything and say men are bad, fuck the men, women are good, women are the future. I'm happy that the female Legend of Sorrow show didn't come into fruition. And I'm not saying there's something wrong with females, because some might, like, I have female friends and I like them. And, like, obviously, like, some of the people I admire are females, but, like, there's a difference of having them naturally be, like, strong, independent characters that can lead. Like, for example, the Power Rangers, like the Pink and Yellow Rangers. I've been watched all the Power Rangers shows, but I think that the people who made the Power Rangers made the Pink and Yellow Ranger able to stand on their own and lead if they need to, and I have no doubt that they did in the past. Um, Wonder Woman, the first Wonder Woman movie, I enjoyed it. Strong female lead. Did not shove it down our throats that she was a female. It was natural. She was a naturally strong lady. So unless they're going to do it naturally, I don't want it. I don't want a female led That's some sort of show or anything, to be honest. Anywho, where did I leave off? Network Entertainment President Jack Schwartz was upfront in saying that basically any show that was in the works during the tenure of his procedure, Mark Pedowitz, no longer exists. Quote unquote. We are already giving those back to their respective studios, free to develop those shows and all of them anyway. So, in case you've forgotten, Powerpuff's elevator pitch was Jennifer Spotty Sky Diablo's Cody. What Diablo Cody was Blossom. But wasn't Oh, Chloe Bennett left as Blossom. Okay, so Diablo Cody was Blossom. Bubbles was played by Delph Cameron, and Buttercup was played by Yana Perlett. Would be 20-somethings pissed off that they never got to grow up as normal kids. Beyond the additional casting of Daniel Faison as Professor Drake Utinum and Nicholas Pondandi as Mojo Jojo's son Joseph. No, seriously. It wasn't long before it was announced in 2021 that the project would be retooled. Between then and now, news broke that the original series creator, Craig McCracken, was developing a second, for him, but technically third, animated Powerpuff Girls series, along with the reboot of Foster's Home for Imaginary Friends. But I really want to fuck up my childhood. Okay. And at time of writing, doesn't sound like either of those projects have gotten the axe. As for other shows, there really hasn't been any real news about them prior to the cancellations. The Soros show's big claim to fame is it had Robert Rodriguez attached to it, and was an idea he had in his head for years that was at one time meant for NBC. Just as you would have seen David Ramsey's John Diggle recruit a group of metahumans to go undercover in college while teaching them to master their powers. And my screen went black, so I'm going to reread that in case the audio. Just as you would have seen David Ramsey John Diggle recruit a group of metahumans to go undercover in college while teaching them to master their powers. Again, I know I said this before, but even though that might sound somewhat cheesy, I think that's an interesting concept. And probably because I'm so attached to the characters in Arrow, so I'm really interested to see some of their adventures post Arrow ending, and the only one that we really got to see since once is the Atom. A little bit of Sean Diggle when he guest starred in The Flash. I'm trying to think if there's anyone else. I don't think we had heard anyone else from Arrow. So I would be mainly interested in seeing John Diggle taking on a mentor's role, trying to help these up and coming heroes to and harness their powers to the fullest extent. So I would be more up for seeing that than the Powerpuff Girls show and the Lesson of Sorrow Lady Edition. If that makes sense. Anyways, for each of these shows getting cancelled only underlines how much the CW is changing now. That is under new management. Who knows if they would have been good, but in some way, they are CW shows. And it may be that this particular network is the only way they would have seen the light of day at all. So, like I said, out of the three shows, I would have been more open seeing just as you. Legend of Sorrow could have had the potential of being decent. I say potential as in if they like focus more on the story and not so much of it being a female lead. And of the Powerpuff show, I really don't have any faith in. Like, I had not had faith in the show since it was announced 3 years ago. So I'm really happy that the Powerpuff show got canned. With the world that we live in now, where like literally everything that happened in like the early 2000s and before then getting rebooted, and then most of those reboots being dog shit, I'm happy Powerpuff didn't make its live action debut like this. No. But with that said, what do you beautiful people have to say? Let me know in the comment section down below. Love you guys. Have a wonderful day. Be kind to one another. I will talk to you, fellow musicians, later.